What's up, friends?
What's going on? Mic check, mic check.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me now, baby?
Gus said yes, sir.
Right. So, how was your 3 weeks?
It was rough.
Oh, I hear
Well,
you.
just a lot of like one, maybe even two of those times. I had either something at one of my properties or like my wife's water heater went out at her salon.
Right.
So, yeah. So it's been a little hectic here lately.
Not good luck with water heaters lately?
No.
Yeah, but the one at the salon seemed like that was a plumber issue. He should have known better than to put that size under a wash bowl.
Yeah, it was a smaller. Yeah, it was a little bit smaller. So I think the new one came in today. So our other guy's probably going to install it,
right.
Just because he's the one that kind of was like, oh, hey, yeah, no,
right.
This is small. Why you got that one over there?
Right.
Which kind of could end up being, I don't want to say a blessing, but it could be. So we're replacing her water heater, and then she has like a little 5-gallon water heater that helps pump to her bowl too.
Right.
So the one Insta water heater goes into the 5-gallon and then goes back out.
Right.
I don't think we're going to need that 5-gallon anymore.
Probably not.
So the good thing with that is I asked Christy, I was like, so what, is this worth any kind of money or anything? He's like, not really.
Right.
And I was like, okay, could have put it under a food truck or trailer. And he said, it's what they use for food trucks and trailers. So right. It may end up being to our benefit just because we can use that water heat. Not that I want to store another dang thing at my house, right. But we could end up using that water heater
I'm out of storage space.
That's right. So hopefully we can use it and we won't have to buy a new one.
Gotcha. Oh, good.
So how about your 3 weeks?
Only be 5 gallons at a time, but hell, make a heated pool out at the house.
Oh yeah, I can absolutely.
Yeah.
It'd take forever though.
Yeah. Take 10 hours.
I've tried to use our hot water, the water heater at the house, and pump a hose from it.
Right.
It just takes too long.
Right.
It's about 12,000 gallons of water.
Right. 5 gallons a time. Yeah. It takes a second.
So how about your 3 weeks? The kids only went to school, 2 days? Because the rest of them were teacher work days.
Yeah, teacher work days. I'm going to take this time off.
Super voting, and Super Tuesday, and our camera went out because...
I'm sorry, I changed the battery up. I guess I didn't check. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. You can keep talking because they can hear it.
Battery died. We will be back. Yeah, like I said, the battery died. Apparently, I picked the wrong battery to replace it with. But yeah, now the boy had a little issue with school, but that's being worked out. I think, it turns out the principal there is leaving to be the assistant principal at Penn Forest next year. So we're definitely going to miss her. She's good people. There we are. Hey, we got 2 of them. What's up, Gus? But yeah, no, school has been okay. The house has been okay. It hadn't been bad. It's just been stressful. A lot of up and down. And, Mary's an accountant. She just got into budget season. So she's stressed, which stresses me out because I'm supposed to be able to take that away from her, but I'm not an accountant.
Mary fired you.
Okay.
She said you're fired.
Yeah. Threatened me with a good time.
That's right.
But,
they probably didn't think we were coming back anyway.
Right. Right. But yeah, just silly stuff like that.
It's garden season, so what all do you have started or planted?
Started inside. We've got the lettuces taking off. Brussels sprouts are taking off. The collards are really taking off. I'm excited about that.
Oh, I love collard greens.
Our jalapenos and our habaneros are not coming up, but everything else is at least started.
Okay.
Coming out of the dirt. I went to do tomatoes yesterday. But I ran out of potting soil because every time I put more dirt on the potatoes and the sweet potatoes,
They grow
there's
more.
more stalks coming out. And I'm like, what the hell?
You're gonna end up with like 800 pounds of potatoes.
I'm good with it.
You're gonna have to figure out how to store them. That's my problem. Like
Right.
we ended up with like 300 bulbs of garlic.
Right.
I didn't know where to store it or how to store it. I was excited. I grew that much garlic.
Well, and it's just one of those things. I mean, you figure we got 6 people at the house. All of them love potatoes.
And most weekends, you've got like 80
Yeah.
people at the house.
So between scallop potatoes, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, we hopefully we just don't run out. Hopefully we just grow enough to not run out.
That'd be great. Then to repeat that next year.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So anything in the ground yet?
Nothing. I was always told stay out of the ground till April 16th.
See, I stay out. Like my tomatoes and stuff don't go out until after Mother's Day.
Okay.
Every year I get burned.
Oh, yeah.
Every year I'm like, nope. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. I'm looking at the thing and I'm like, I can put them out 10 days early because it's not going to frost.
Right.
I'll be danged if it doesn't frost and kills them or stunts them.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't put those out. But we have, and we talked about this before the show. So this is about the 6th or 7th year we've grown vegetables.
Right.
The first year it was like Jurassic Park.
Right.
I mean, I planted 150 tomato plants, and I had Tegan holding up vines so I could get in there and get tomatoes. And then it just we've kind of tapered off to where we only grow what we think we're going to eat, and and we give away a lot too. But last year was just an epic fail. I don't know. I mean, we got a lot of beans.
But it was a fail for a lot of people.
It was. It was. And so we got a lot of beans, but that was about it from last year.
What did she tell me?
I don't know. But so we didn't get hardly any cucumbers. Tomatoes didn't do well in the back, but in the front they were doing good. And then the deer started eating them.
Right.
So we didn't do real well last year. So I reached out to my friend Emily and Dave that run Rainbow Rock Farmstead up in Floyd.
Right.
And I asked her if she would plan my garden for me so that I could get enough food to feed our family,
right,
and just plan it out for me. And so I took the drone up, took some aerial shots of the house and their beds and stuff like that, and sent it to her. So last week she came down to help me plant. She had it all, planned out and where things were going. And so we planted and stuff. And so yesterday I noticed we already have radishes growing.
Nice.
And so, but I've been joking with her and I was like, why last year I needed a garden mom. Because like,
garden mama.
Yeah, 3 or 4 days ago, she had messaged me and said that, she goes, hey, it's supposed to drop below freezing. Now's the time to get those beds covered,
right,
or open them up and open the beds up and give them some water. Right. And I'm like, I just needed a garden mama just to be like, hey, I need you to do this. And I'm going to follow it to a T because as of right now, my garden is doing better than past years. Yeah, it's done better than past years already. She told you about tomatoes outside after Mother's Day. And so I've learned that the hard way. And last year, I think I did the same. Actually, we had a frost after Mother's Day last year.
I just remember thinking we started everything in like March.
Mm-hmm.
You
start everything between the end of February, 1st of March, and then you don't put out those plants. It's 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost.
Okay.
Last frost is usually around Mother's Day.
Okay.
And so, at least in this area.
Right. Okay. I was thinking it was the day after tax day.
Yeah, no, April. That's probably when you start some stuff, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get the garden book out.
That's right. Your tomatoes will be like this tall before you get them outside.
We're picking them out of the pantry.
Yeah. That'll be a good thing. That'll be a good thing. This is episode 34. We'd be at like 40 if I hadn't been sick and water heater problems and all that other stuff.
Yeah, life goes on.
It does. It does. This week, there's quite a bit of news for the last week or so, and I think we pulled a little bit of stuff from where we missed. Not a whole lot because that's passed us. But there, prayers go out to the Moneta firefighter, Chris Tucker, lost his life due to cancer. So, prayers to his family and everything.
Which is always a tough journey.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Did you read this one about Valley Metro?
I did not read that one. I did read the one after it.
So Valley Metro, it's put out. It's more of a kind of it's a hook. The headline is Valley Metro is grappling with financial challenges. Right. Their challenges, whoever's doing their accounting is not doing a very good job.
Right.
And so when they did the audit from when they built the bus station down on Salem Avenue,
right,
when they built the new bus terminal down there, they did an audit, and there were several of the contractors that were paid after 30 days. So they're paid 30 days late. There was even one or two contractors that it took over 90 days to get them paid.
Oh, hell.
So, and then when they went back and did some of the more, some of the like receipts and things like that weren't turned in timely manners and things like that. So it's not that they're, and also controlling the grants that they get for the city, because they get grants to offer free rides to people and things like that.
Right.
And so whoever's handling that part of their accounting, Marion knew a lot about probably that.
Right.
But whoever's handling
she
that,
may or may not have a name.
They're not doing. It's not happening the way it's supposed to.
Gotcha.
I don't want to say they're not doing their job because I don't know their job.
Right.
What their job is.
There could be a lot of things that go into not paying for 30 days. For all we know, the boss told them not to.
Right. So that's the headline, and that's why I was like, oh my goodness, they're in trouble. And no, it wasn't that way. It was
all the bus riders and sign holders. I see.
Yeah, with the audits, they just weren't paying things the way they should have and not turning in the reports that they needed to fast enough.
Right.
And then maybe they weren't turning it in fast enough to get people paid. Right. So it may not even be on the bookkeeper.
Because I mean, a lot of people, we cut checks twice a month.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, as many checks as we write, we cut them twice a month.
Yeah.
That's what the government does.
Yeah, that's Section 8. You get it on the 1st or the 15th, and that's it. Same way with teachers and things like that.
Yeah. But, and amidst these concerns, we got all the ongoing fires across Southwest Virginia. They did get the 12 o'clock knob one finally 100% under control.
Awesome. I think ones.
That was Wednesday.
Yeah, that was 75 acres?
Yeah.
You could see that from our house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you could, like when you come over the hill on Crest Hill, you could see it in the backdrop there.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. Not that it's cool.
Well, right.
See it at night, see it glowing like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I think there was like 37 fires or something. I saw a crazy number of fires.
And now they're breaking out up north, up around Arlington and all that too, so. Because I know they were talking about some over around Charlottesville. I mean, God is setting Virginia on fire.
Right.
Well, bring some of the heat over here. I'm trying to put my crops in the ground. Bring the heat.
Right. That's right. Saturday, they're hoping it's supposed to rain on Saturday. We're doing the farmers market, but now I'm just kind of like,
right.
But that's money. Right. But they're hoping that the rain kind of wettens things down so that we don't have to worry as much about the fires.
Right.
Governor, me as a bartender, this kind of hits home.
Well, Mom will love this one.
Governor Youngkin has signed the to-go cocktails bill into law. So any of the local places can offer drinks to go.
Nice.
So at McAdoo's, we don't have the to-go cups to do so.
Yet.
Yeah, no, I won't even want them.
Okay.
But other it's up to each establishment or whether they want them.
Right.
So,
but
they're allowed to have them. So I'm ready to go up to El Rodeo and get the super jumbo Texas margarita.
That's
see if they put that thing in a 5-gallon bucket for me.
Right.
So Mary comes back with the said that it's the government and most of his employees were upset about going back to the office. I agree with that.
Yeah, without a doubt. So Speaking of financial woe or challenges, Roanoke Gas is seeking a rate increase to offset rising business expenses, proposing a bill increase of $4 per customer.
Yeah, average of $4 a customer. I've never seen, they come out and talk about that, extra $3 or extra $4. My bills never increase just $3 or $4
Exactly.
ever.
Well, and I don't know what $4 per customer would fix in a gas line.
Right.
I just don't, because if you got to go in and repair or replace gas line, yeah, we long story short, we don't have enough residents to up it $3-4 and make it worth it.
Right. But I just to say it's going to average increase $4, it's
right.
I've never
count on 10
actually witnessed an extra $4 on my bill.
Right.
This one I'll talk about.
Do you want me to handle this one?
I'll handle it. So Salem Car Dealership, after 50 years, they've been recognized in the state historic register, celebrating the local heritage here in Southwest Virginia. Right. It's Hart Motors, Hart Kia Motors out in Salem. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that one.
Right.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Hart Motors.
Yeah.
On a different note, state investigation has hit the number 2 hospital in the state, saying that there was a risk to patient safety at Carilion Hospital due to improper cleaning of surgical instruments between March and September of the previous year, highlighting the critical need, for stringent health and safety protocols.
Yeah.
And call me what you want, from March to September, that sounds like they got a name in mind.
That's right. Because the sterilization areas, they only have so many people working there.
Exactly.
There's not, hundreds of people going in and out each day.
Right.
So they know who did that. But it's a teaching hospital too. So
right.
No matter how clean you think you are, it's still.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I mean, every time you walk into any hospital, it smells like bleach and poop.
Yep.
End of list.
Yep, absolutely. So I don't know if you've noticed, we talked about this 2-3 weeks ago, or I guess our last podcast, where the city had taken over that part on Elm Avenue as you come off of the interstate, Elm Avenue over on the right beside the gas station there.
Right. Right. On the other side.
The whoever owned that property is out of town or out of state, and they were behind in their tax bills.
Right.
So the city's taking it over now. And still, they haven't talked about what they're doing, but there are no trespassing signs on there. And
they have cleaned up all the trash in between the trees. Maybe not all.
I was going to say they've cleaned up a good majority of it. And so hopefully they'll do something with that. And just we'll probably in the near future see a fence over there.
Right.
But that made the news.
Or maybe a little park.
Just because nobody kind of really wanted to talk about it.
Right.
And so now it's like, what is going on over there?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and at the end of the day, it makes me feel a little better about how trashed it was. If people knew that somebody owned it, were they worried about a trespassing issue or da-da-da-da-da? Because, where we grew up, more often than not, hey, let's come on over, let's go on over here. We'll take 2 hours. We'll get this thing cleaned up. It'll look good, da-da-da-da-da. For the neighborhood or for the community, but nobody had done that in quite some time.
Yeah, and you think you just put out trash cans and they put a little dumpster there and come pick it up, but honestly, it just needs to go away. And our country needs to spend money on our veterans and homeless instead of people that are here illegally.
I agree.
Putting that right on out there.
Well, and apparently now there's a TikToker going, hey, we found a nick in the law. Yeah, you thought selling your abandoned house was hard before. Now the illegals or the illegal immigrants, have learned about squatters' rights.
And talking about how to do it and how to open the doors and how to write up a lease for yourself and everything.
Which is what all the buyer's agents want to hear after the NAR settlement, and nobody's exactly sure what all the
I watched a
things are on
TikTok
there.
on how to deal with the squatters, and it says in the middle of the night with a ski mask, you kick in the door, you catch them sleeping on the floor, you take a bat, you hit them in the knee.
Right.
You've been warned, and you turn around and you leave.
Okay. Sounds effective.
Yeah, they may hobble out of there,
Right.
but yeah, it's like you've been warned,
Right.
and you let them go.
Well, speaking of
yeah.
which, I think the vote was 5-2. They decided to change the zoning laws in Roanoke
Mhm.
City to allow for more affordable homes and multifamily.
So I think you
divisions.
still have to go to the zoning commission part of it, but
Right.
they're allowing you to, if you have so much land, you could build a duplex there if you wanted to.
Right. Yeah, where before it was a no.
Right.
It was only single family homes.
Right. Which makes me kind of question, is that sewage pipe really for 2-3 bedroom?
Right.
You know, and all of a sudden we can put a duplex here.
Right.
Virginia's longest, I couldn't do this, but the longest running adventure triathlon returns for its 25th year up in the Pulaski Blacksburg area. And it's 62 and a half miles. Yeah. 40 bike hiking and backpacking. And then I think it's 10.1 kayaking and then the half marathon.
Right. And, I'm sure TJ, I can never remember his last name. He's a lender out in Lynchburg.
Okay.
Good guy. And every year you see him doing the Ironman or the half Ironman that they usually do around here. And I'm just like, man, no.
Right.
I used to do all that running for soccer, did all that lifting and being in the weight room for wrestling. I'm good. Fat don't cramp. I have learned.
That's right.
I want to feel better looking in the mirror, but I'm good.
Well, I asked somebody the other day at the bar. I asked them if they like to hike because they were new to here and things.
Right.
And I asked them if they like to hike, and they said they do. And I was like, cool. He said, but I'm not running.
Right.
And I said, the only time I'm running if I'm on a hike is if a bear is chasing me or something. Then usually I'm packing, so I'm gonna probably shoot at it first.
Right. But it makes zero mistake. You are the most unsafe thing on there because I will trip you.
I don't understand why I'm not running. I'm not running a trail.
I didn't ask if you were running. I asked if you were hiking.
See, I'm still fluffy. I'm not running
including
anywhere.
a stick.
Yeah, even if I were skinny, I'm not running.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I couldn't imagine how tired they are afterwards, though. Goodness gracious.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
So we have Ronald L. Bonds III, 33-year-old man, has been arrested in connection with the 2023 fatal shooting of a teenager, reflecting ongoing concerns around community safety.
It was that shooting on on the 100th block of Patton.
Right. There was a party, and it seemed to be mainly high school kids at it. And I don't know why a 33-year-old showed up with a gun to a high school party, but
that was the one I was worried about because I had just had tenants move in on the 100 block that had teenagers, and I'm like, oh, please don't let it be them.
Right.
And it wasn't, thank goodness.
And I mean, we didn't want it to be anybody.
Right.
It was just and especially you just moved there.
Right. From Pennsylvania.
Right.
So they didn't even move across town to there. They moved from Pennsylvania here.
Right.
So yeah. This was crazy. So Roanoke, Virginia just passed the rule, but Roanoke, I think just passed some legislation, Roanoke City, about allowing cameras in the school zones and in the safety zones where they're doing construction. And it's a third-party company, and they get the revenue from the cameras. I think I think it's a split or something like that.
Right.
From the revenue.
Probably a 30-70.
Right. And so over just last year, Virginia has collected over $20 million in fines using these cameras. And the cameras just catch you speeding.
Didn't you say like $5.5 million of that was out of Chesapeake?
Yeah, Chesapeake is the reigning champion.
Jesus, if the cops don't get you in Chesapeake, the camera will.
Yeah, and so they put these cameras up, and they catch a picture, and they send you a ticket in the mail, and it's $100 a pop.
I don't even like being a passenger.
Yeah.
Chesapeake.
5.5 million. Yeah, I don't like it. They caught over 300,000 drivers last year.
Wow.
That's crazy. I think 78,000 of that is out of Chesapeake.
Well, if JB McDonald is watching this at any point during this week, how much of that was your money? Because I don't know if that man knows how to do 25 in his driveway. That guy just keeps going after the faster car.
When I was younger,
he's like 61 now.
I would speed everywhere. I don't speed anywhere now.
Yeah.
Sometimes I look down, I'm like, oh damn, I gotta go up a little bit. Just tickets aren't worth it at all.
No, it's not. It's not. Especially the way insurance is now.
Yeah, our insurance goes up. Yeah, it went up tremendous, and we hadn't even had tickets.
Yeah, ours went up from like 240 to 300, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, it went through, but shit, you gotta let somebody know.
It's a scam, is what it is. It's kind of like we talked about our homeowners policy. Your homeowners insurance is supposed to pay for certain things that go wrong with your house.
Right.
The problem is when you get them to pay it, then they cancel you.
Right.
And then it's hard as hell to find other insurance because all of a sudden now you've been canceled.
Right. Well, I mean, hell, Mary and I try to keep the deductible on homeowners at like $1,000, $1,500.
Right.
God, we had an entire ceiling, Cadence's room, the entire ceiling on the floor. Somehow they figured out that it could be done for less than $1,000. What?
Who did it?
I did.
Oh no!
And it turned out to be roughly $1,000. But I mean, shit, I'm not insured. What the hell?
They gave you $1,000 for it?
No, because it would be under $1,000. It would be covered under the.
They said that the repairs would be under $1,000. Yeah. Guys, I would have gone and gotten three estimates.
They decided it could be done for like $850.
Yep. Nope. I would have gotten three estimates.
They sent somebody out, and
who's never done construction before in his life.
Oh yeah, and you could tell when he pulled up. But
Good Lord. Nope. I would have gotten three estimates from three contractors and been like, nope, this is what it's costing.
Right.
I hate insurance. This is good news for Danville.
Right.
And we knew it was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
Danville.
I think the number is conservative.
I think so too. The proposal, Danville's proposed a new budget for the upcoming year. It did a $22 million increase. And
without the cameras.
Yeah, without the cameras. But and all it is they brought in the casino.
Right.
And so they're banking on that money to be able to hit that budget that they want.
I mean, all that, and I think the person I know that goes down there here and there says it's still in a tent. It's still the temporary.
Oh yeah,
right now, and it's just like y'all bringing in how much in a tent?
Yeah, it's bringing in the money. Jeez. And so they haven't had any kind of budget increase like this in years.
Right.
And so
they had, I think they had close to this kind of cut when all the mercantile places left.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Danville, and they talked about this in this article. Danville says that they feel like they're kind of a separated city from the majority of Virginia.
Oh yeah.
Just because there's no metropolitans around them to grow. They have to do that on their own.
Right.
And so this money hopefully will get the ground running for them to be able to do that.
Right. A legit pull yourself up from your bootstrap kind of town.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope it goes well for them and moves forward.
Right. Well, and I don't know if they've opened it yet, but a boy was hit in southwest Roanoke. Was it Evernham?
Mm-hmm.
Shortly before we went live.
It was about a little after 7 is when the news broke. So between 6:30 and 7. He was a pedestrian. He was rushed to the hospital with critical injuries.
Right.
They haven't released a name because he's a minor.
Well, I think he's a minor, so they probably won't release his.
The driver.
I didn't see a release of the driver's name either, but
they did.
But they were staying on.
Yes. Yeah, the driver didn't hit and go, which is
right.
Good. So, which means he probably didn't see him and wasn't paying attention.
Exactly.
Forestry experts, thank God, are looking to remove Bradford pear trees.
Right.
They are considered an invasive species, and I don't even know why planted them to begin with.
Right.
They
Right.
serve no purpose.
Well, and now I will say when they first come up, they're kind of pretty. Saw a couple over by Texas Roadhouse a couple weeks ago, and all that stuff. And I thought they were Japanese cherry blossoms, just coming up early.
Those are other useless trees.
Yeah. Yeah.
We used
Well,
to have one in our.
Mary has allergies real bad. She used to have one right outside of her townhouse. Oh my God, she hated that tree. Okay, hate is a strong word. She really wanted that tree.
Our old
gone.
house, we had a big Japanese cherry, and then on the other side, we had a gigantic tulip poplar.
Okay.
Man, so when that started sapping and then those cherry blossoms started falling, that stuff was just glue.
Oh,
And you track it in the house. It was awful. Both two worthless trees.
Right.
Held serve purpose.
Stop. Yeah.
So the rescue mission receives a significant boost with an HVAC system.
Yeah, from Moore, I think.
Yeah, Moore's electrical and mechanical.
Way to go. Way to go, guys.
I had no idea they didn't have AC to begin with.
Right. Right.
So,
well, for all I know, they had one. It was going bad. There's a lot of people going, no, I don't like those people. I ain't have it when I was growing up.
That's right.
They no.
Yeah.
You're trying to get better so you can live better.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get better so I can still suffer.
Right. And I have a friend that spent a little time at the Roanoke Rescue Mission, and he spent a little time in jail and then went to the Roanoke Rescue Mission when he got out, and then he ended up getting a job at Kroger. He'd walked to the Kroger Benton from the rescue mission.
Oh, wow.
And then eventually he was able to get a car, and so some nights he'd just sleep in the parking lot at Kroger. And then he bought a house, and that's the story you like to hear.
Exactly. Love a rebound story.
Yep, absolutely. Shifting to jobs, everybody's still hiring.
Yep. Roanoke City is holding a job fair this week.
I think it's at the Berglund Center.
Oh, yeah.
I think so, yeah. And then most local governments.
And I don't know how well the job fair went. Was it last week or the week before? But the post office was doing one.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't at the Berglund. I forget where they were having it. But they were having one. I mean, they were looking for everything.
Right. And then Carillion, and I know I misspelled it in our notes, but Carillion, they're always hiring. I think we just had one of our bartenders getting ready to leave because she got on at Carillion. Her sister's already there. And
gotcha.
So
okay. Well, tell her to properly sanitize and clean those surgical.
If that's what she's doing, absolutely.
But so things to do this weekend. They got a Easter egg hunt at the Green Ridge indoor pool up there off of Peters Creek.
That sounds fun. And then Escape to Margaritaville is at the Mill Mountain Theater.
Damn right, I'm in. We got the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs versus Quad City Storm. Layla and I are going to be watching that tomorrow night.
Awesome.
We're going to be there.
And then Easter Bunny photos and visit at Valley View Mall.
Awesome. I like the Easter Bunny.
Yeah. My actually, this is weird now. So my cousin, or my foster brother Jamie, so it's his by marriage.
Whatever. Man, I love that guy.
But anyway, so my cousin at one time played the Easter Bunny, and Madison, my oldest daughter, scared to death of mascots. So one year we went to do Easter Bunny pictures, and Andrea had to pull her hat out, her little thing off. She's like, "Hey, it's just me."
Right.
And they're like, "Oh, okay," because she had babysat them before.
Right.
But she just rented a place from us, so that's kind of weird. Yeah.
Nice.
From rented a place at one of the properties I manage.
Right. Got Military Living History Day at the Salem Museum.
Red, white, and Rhapsody in blue at the Berglund Center. I don't even know what that is.
Me neither.
Showed a picture of a girl playing a piano.
Okay.
So
maybe she's from the symphony. I don't know. CIAA Women's Bowling Championship at Lehigh Lanes.
That's kind of exciting.
I'm just wondering how our oldest works at Lehigh Lanes. We haven't heard a word about it.
I don't know.
Call him up.
We have one of our cooks at McAdee's.
Oh wait, he's doing well. with his girlfriend or fiance. I'm not sure where we're at. I'm calling girlfriend right now.
Right.
He's doing good with her, so maybe he's not like, hey, there's going to be a bunch of women at the bowling alley, and if he says something to us, we'll mention it in passing, not thinking anything of it.
Right.
And he's got to listen to all that.
Yeah, one of our cooks at McAdoo's is in a bowling league, and several times he's bowled perfect games and and things. Yeah.
Nice.
And he actually doesn't work certain days because of bowling.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of wild.
I think James bowls league on Wednesday.
And then Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs Scooby-Doo night on Saturday.
Yep. And then Sox Fest, the Salem Red Sox.
That's on Saturday too.
Is it Saturday?
Yeah, that's.
Is that their season holder ticket handout and the Easter egg hunt and all that stuff that they have?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good time. That's a good time. If you don't have to be a season ticket holder, you go on out there. If you get in the gate, they'll let you hunt eggs.
It's a fun time.
It is.
So what do you got coming up this week?
Well, I got the dogs game tomorrow. I need to change out Mary's alternator. Kept meaning to do it all week, but every time you think it's a good time, something comes up, and Jesus, I've never done one of these on a front wheel drive. And so if you don't lift the lid, you're not exactly sure what you're dealing with. So,
right.
I will lift the lid tomorrow after I get her to work and see just what we got, see if it's as easy as I hope it is.
Right. The old ones used to be super easy.
Yeah, it used to be great.
Yeah, I remember changing.
Two, 3 bolts and a tensioner were gold. Watch this.
I remember we lived in Chesapeake. I lived off of Indian River Road. And I was a minority.
Somebody did that shit to you on purpose.
Nobody told me that was a bad area. Right. I should have known when the rental office was not even near the apartments. But anyway, I remember my alternator going bad.
They did zoom.
I had this old, like 83 Subaru station wagon. Right. And I changed it right in the parking lot of Advance. Right. Enough to go back in and go, hey, this rebuilt one isn't good. I need another one.
This ain't gonna do me.
Yeah, I need another one. So alternator and birthday parties this weekend?
Not this weekend that I'm aware of. Next Thursday will be my birthday.
Okay.
So, and then we'll address what we're doing next weekend next Thursday.
That's right. That's right. And I just have candy.
Right.
That's kind of started consuming.
Oh, wait. I'm actually not sure what all we got going on next week because next week is spring break for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
So what we definitely have is no school.
Yeah. Again.
Show me your shocked face in the comments.
They've gone, a whole week, 2 weeks this whole year?
Yeah. I mean, I think they've gone a month. We're in the third month.
Good Lord.
Your first quarter of 2024 is over in a week.
That's crazy. Yeah, we have spring break next week too, which doesn't affect me too much. It's just Wednesday.
Right.
But next year she ages out of whatever she's in now.
Okay.
And so on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday she'll do farm school, but it's more advanced.
Okay.
And then so she'll do every other Tuesday at farm school, and then I think every other Thursday she'll be doing forest school again.
Okay.
That's the same thing. It's more advanced than and what they're teaching.
Okay, so she's graduating from one into the other.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
And she's sad because her little best friend doesn't graduate, out of that for another, I think, year or two. And so,
but does Brody?
No, Brody actually is a year or two, but Brody's moving back to Indiana or wherever he's from. So
come on, Brody's dad, stop it. We're invested in Brody.
Even though he's like that tall, but I do feel good.
Me too at his age.
I took that farm photo of the three of them, and I worried because one of them is Muslim, and they don't do pictures.
Right.
I 100% respect that.
Right.
That's their belief. I respect it 100%. So I've been nervous, and I've had this picture for a while. It's a beautiful picture, but I've had this picture for a while, and finally I just reached out to the mom and I was like, hey, I know y'all don't do pictures, but I have this picture. Can I send it to you? And she goes, oh, absolutely. If it's something I'm not allowed to have, I'll look at it and delete it. And I was like, okay, cool. So I sent it and she's like, oh my God, it's beautiful. And she goes, because it doesn't show the full face,
Right.
it's good.
Fine.
I was like, woo!
Nice.
But it's a, yeah, I didn't share it out
No, I'm messing.
But yeah, I was excited about that because it's a gore. I mean, it just embodies the farm school part of that to where they've grown these bonds together,
Right.
and it's just them walking up a gravel road to a barn. I mean, it's beautiful. So yeah, that's exciting.
Like that.
But yeah, we're just trying to get ready for spring, garden beds and everything.
There you
So
go.
what else? Oh, here we talked about this 3 weeks ago.
All right.
I told you that this is my favorite.
Who remembers 3 weeks ago?
I barely remember it.
All right.
There we go. So it is pineapple. I don't know if the screen will get it or not, but it's light and airy.
It is.
And that's when I feel like I need candy. Now it's become, I'm just going to grab some fruit.
Right. Well, because you got the pineapple taste without anything dripping.
Mhm.
You know, I like that.
Still makes your mouth water though.
Right. But
yeah.
but it doesn't drip down your face, down your chin.
No. So that's my favorite now.
Oh, good. I still like the peanut butter.
Yeah. Lots of people.
I'm not poo-pooing that away. Don't take it that way. Just that peanut butter.
It is good. I did.
I'd be willing to stab somebody and spend some time over some peanut butter.
Now, have you taken peanut brittle to Mary?
I think I took it, but I don't think she tried it. But the boy loved it.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Remind me as we leave out of here. I think I have a bag in my car. I'll send home with you. Okay. But yeah, the peanut brittle is good, and it's become one of those things that now all of a sudden I'm like, oh God, I gotta make. Like this morning, I was up early. I had to make 4 batches of peanut brittle. I usually just do a double batch.
Oh, I get it.
But I did a regular batch of peanut, 2 of the regular and then 2 of the Texas peanut brittle this morning. And we've been freeze drying Peeps.
Okay.
So we'll have those out at the farmer's market this weekend.
Right.
Plus the rain's crazy. I mean, if it's pouring down rain, it's just nasty. Probably not.
And since they were sick this week, are they supposed to do Big Daddy's again next Wednesday? This coming Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Sports Bites will be doing kind of an Easter version of it.
Right.
On their last podcast where they highlighted us, they talked about they've only really ever had anything fruity.
Right.
So the peanut brittle kind of threw them off because it's not fruity.
Right.
And
but they liked it.
Yeah. Oh, they loved it. Absolutely. And so their thing, and actually I'm going to probably try to get some in chocolate because they don't do it until next week.
Right.
But so I sent them a whole big bunch of just different like Snickers, Twix, some Snickers, Twix, Milk Duds.
Freeze dried.
I don't like them.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. But Snickers, Twix, Milk Duds, Milky Way. I do like Milk Duds. Okay. Milky Way, and then the caramel M&Ms.
Okay.
I sent those 6 things down to for them to highlight.
Give them a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. I may send a little thing just chocolate covered just for the lady that's on there.
Right.
So, but you got anything else, sir?
I don't believe I do. How about y'all? Y'all got anything y'all want to talk about? I know. Got 3 of them up here, and Little Bit's the only one talking. And it's been a while for her. But I don't want to put her on the spot. I got to go home.
That's right. Me too. All right. Well, if we have nothing else, you guys be safe this week. Thank you for tuning in.
Make good choices.